Hey, hey, hey! Hey everyone! I am so excited to be here with you today. I've been thinking about this live for a long time and actually feeling like I might be a little bit behind schedule for some of you because summer, depending on where you're watching from, you may have a whole month left like I do, or you may have 1 week of summer left, or I don't know. But I'm excited to be teaming up with Special K today to be bringing you this video about how to keep your summer cool and how to have a good time. This shouldn't just be for summer, actually. It's kind of mostly about being a mother in general and how to keep your cool as a mom through the summer. So I'm going to be sharing with you snacks that I love to eat. And by the way, I cut my finger right before this. I have a little minion Band-Aid there, but so hey Melissa, hi. Tell me where you're watching from. I'm so excited to talk with you. I'm going to be going over a lot of things today, snacks that I love, ways to help with kids and sibling fighting. I'm also going to be talking about ways to take care of you yourself and also schedule and things that I like to do with my kids. Hi Tracy, love your shows, you're awesome. Oh, thank you so much, you're so sweet. Yeah, so if you are tuning in with us now, I would love it if you could like and comment. I also, if you see a little button that pops up that says subscribe, Facebook will notify you every time I do a live show. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Camille. I blog at MyMommyStyle with my cousin Melissa, who just said hello. And we love to share everything to help make your life as a mother better and easier. And we love to help you guys out. So we share a lot of family-friendly recipes, activities that you can do with your kids, travel ideas, home decor. We do some DIY. It's a lot about whatever we're passionate going on in our lives, and then we share with you. And I've been doing these Facebook Lives now for, gosh, I think it's been 2 months. And I love doing them because it is such a personal way to connect with you and to hear what you have to say and things that you want to do and talk about. So as I'm talking and sharing all these ideas, I have like little cue cards so I don't forget things. Please say something and tell me about you. Tell me where you're watching from. Has school started for you? How much of summer do you have left? What have you been doing this summer that's been lots of fun? Hey Lacey! So I have to call Lacey out because she is going to be sharing with us. We'll see if she does. But she has been killing it this year, you guys. I don't know how much weight she has lost, but she looks incredible. And I'm like, Lacey, tell us all your secrets because it can be hard and sometimes not knowing where to start or where to begin to take care of you as a mom. And I know from experience, I'm a mother of 4, and when I'm giving so much to my kids all of the time, it can be hard to remember to take time for me. So I love Special K's new campaign that I'm partnering with. I've been working with them for the past few months. There is all about owning it. Own your life. Own what you want and go for be your best, happiest self by accepting who you are, the things that you want to work on, but also moving forward and getting what you want. And I think our family is so much about, our families look to us as the compass of what direction are we headed? Are we having a good day? Are we having a grumpy day? And sometimes you have grumpy days and that's okay. But how can we take care of ourselves so that we're looking out for our families and also so that we can be happier ourselves? Hey Mandy, so Lacey. So hi Amy, Amy's here too. Let's see. Just got back from a 10-mile bike ride with the kids. Oh, Lacey, you are awesome. So Lacey, tell us all the things. I'm going to send a message to my husband really quick because he was going to help us share this so people can know that we're on live. Okay. So sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to be sharing some things. So Lacey, since you're on and everyone's tuning in with us right now, give us a basic rundown of things that you have done to help you this year because you've made a lot of changes yourself, I know. And one of the main things that Lacey and I have done that we have talked with each other is wearing like a fitness band. That's helped out a lot. Lacey said the kids were awesome and we just kept going. That's amazing. 10 miles. That is really, really crazy. So Okay, so we're just gonna start with this. So summer is coming towards an end, and because we have some ideas of activities that we want to do, something that has become something of a situation for us is screen time with my kids wanting to be on the screen so much lately. I've been battling that with them a little bit. And so one thing that I created that I wanted to share with you is a screen time checklist. And this has been helping us. I have linked to this in the description so you can get access to it. It's a very basic approach to the day, but my kids always want to do screen time. And so for us, when we battling that, I feel like a checklist has really helped us out. So I'm going to give you an example of what's on this checklist, and you can modify it how you want to. I even created some spaces on there. Oh, sorry, it's so bright. There's some spaces here where you can change it or make it your own however you want. But one thing, so very basic. Number 1, make your bed. Number 2, brush your teeth. And these are things that all kids could be doing every day or should be doing, but I swear they need a reminder. Clean your room. And if they do this every day, it's not like a big event, which is something I tried to help remind them. Like if you're doing this daily, it's not such a big deal. Get dressed, which my kids need to be reminded about that all the time. Eat breakfast, do a daily chore, play outside for 30 minutes, read for 30 minutes, and create something with your hands. So those are each of the things that they need to do before they can have screen time or playtime with their friends. But here's what's really cool, is that I find oftentimes my kids will get doing something else on this list, like reading a book or going outside and playing or making something with their hands, that screen time gets pushed off and they're doing things more that is engaging with their brains. I don't think that screen time is bad. I think that it can be really good. But I do want to create opportunities for my kids to be able to do other things first. So I'm going to go back and see. Let's see. Mandy says, hello, preach woman. I need more me time to keep myself cool. I feel like a crazy mom all the time. Me too, Mandy. Totally the same way. I love this idea, Amy. Great idea, says Dave. Thank you so much. So creative. I think it helps a lot to keep kids so that they're not in a summer rut. Yeah, that's where we are right now. We have a month left, and I feel like my kids are getting to the point where they're just starting to say, we're bored, or what do we want to do, or how do we do this? So I have a checklist, and it's listed in the description of things that you can do to keep your cool as a mom. So first thing that I would say to do is to create a schedule that is comfortable for you and it's comfortable for your kids. Now this doesn't mean that it's going to be the same for every mom and every family, because some families wake up really early while others don't wake up till 8 or 9 and they like to have a slower start to the morning. So if for you it might be a better thing to get out of the house as soon as possible, while others they may like to have a slower morning. So depending on your personality, kind of figure out what works for you as a mom, but create a schedule that works so that your kids kind of have an idea of what to expect in the morning, have a basic checklist of what they can do as a family, and then you know that they know what they need to do, you know what's going to happen, and you can get out the door and get about your day. So typically with this checklist, it fills up most of our morning. Through the summer, my kids have done, we've done kids camp, we've done summer swimming, we've done a few other things. So in the morning time, a lot of their time is taken up. And then by the afternoon is typically when we'll do nap time or quiet time. So with this schedule, I would say, yes, do a schedule that works for you, but also keep in mind that it's okay to be flexible too. And there's going to be things that come up that it's very important to be flexible, because you never know when you might get to a museum and your toddler throws a tantrum, or you're out grocery shopping and your son pees on the floor. That happened to me. We're trying to potty train, and oh my gosh. So I just have to realize, I think as I've become more of a seasoned mother, I try my best, and sleep helps with this, but I try my best to not let the little things get to me. So you stay flexible enough that you have a basic idea of, you know, everyone knowing what happens in the morning, getting things done, getting going, but you don't take it so seriously that you're losing your mind. Okay, so we had some comments coming through. Let's see. Amy says, I love the morning checklist for kids. Then you aren't waking up frantic with all the kids needing something the second you open your eyes. Yes, I feel like kids feel more comfortable when they have a schedule. and it doesn't have to be rigid. Absolutely not. They can do this checklist in any order they want, or if for some moms, maybe you have a certain order, I don't know. But I think it gives them purpose in the morning, and they feel like they have things to get done and then the fun, right? Thank you for sharing, Three Little Cowboys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing this video. Also, if you are seeing this now and you can't watch the whole thing right now, you can share it to your wall and then be able to fast forward and go through it. Also, if you do want to get text updates for when I am live, you can text follow MMS live to 40404. It's in the description if you can't remember that. And then I will text you and let you know when I'm live. Okay, Lacey says, I may have to do a Sonic run to get my alone time in the evening, even if I'm getting everyone a treat. The little 20-minute break and a strawberry limeade does wonders. Yes, I love that. That's actually something that I have found really helps me too, to just create moments where I have alone time for myself as a mother, even if it is just a run through to get a drink just for you, or even if it is maybe getting to a gym class once a week just for you. That's something that on Thursdays is my night to go work out, and my husband's been really supportive about that. Yeah, strawberry limeade sounds good right now. Why don't I have that right now? But Thursday nights are my night, and I make sure I get out, and it's like my girl time, which it isn't like going out and shopping every week, but we can't afford that either. But it's getting out and it's like taking care of you. I love that idea. Okay, did I get everyone? Okay, I think I got all the comments there. Okay, so just keep in mind to stay flexible too with your schedule. Have a good idea in mind, but if things come up, just shake it off. So one thing, and I don't think I put this in the blog post, but I've written about it before. Wireless headphones save me sometimes. And I'll tell you why. Because sometimes when the kids are napping and it needs to be quiet, or when I'm doing the dishes and I don't necessarily want the kids to be listening what I'm listening to, but I will listen to music, or I will listen to audiobooks, or I will even play a show on my phone and still be moving around, so it kind of becomes like an audiobook. But I use wireless headphones all of the time. Doing laundry, dishes, it's usually later at night because that's when I'm starting to lose my patience. But wireless headphones kind of put me in a special place. But my kids know at night, typically I always turn on music and everyone's listening to it, and it really helps lighten the mood if people are starting to get cranky. But one thing that I would say works for motherhood across the board is snacks and naps. Snacks and naps for everyone, like not just the tiny kids, but sometimes your older kids too, and even for you. I mean, I can't believe that I used to fight taking a nap, because if you can fit one in and you're starting to feel cranky, get a snack or get a nap, or do both, because it's going to help your kids to be happier. And even with my 3.5-year-old, he's still taking naps, which is amazing. I totally recognize this amazingness about it. But I talk to him logically and I say, so yesterday he didn't take a nap, and right now he is, thank goodness. But we'll talk about it and I'll say, you know how you're feeling kind of crummy right now? Remember you didn't take a nap? Or when he wakes up from a nap, and I'll say, look how happy you are. You took a nap, I'm so proud of you. And he'll come give me a hug and we talk about it, because napping changes the world for a mom and for your kids. So whatever you can do, try to stick to that. So for us, we do all this in the morning, we get out of the house, we go have fun. Early afternoon is quiet time for my older kids, and it's nap time for the younger kids. And that gives everyone a moment to detox from each other, have a little bit of space. I think that my kids a lot of times feel like it's their special time to be alone. So they know mommy needs a time to recharge, they need a time to recharge, and we have quiet time in the house. That's actually why I schedule this Facebook Live at this time of day, because this is our quiet time. So we've tried to stick with that. Some days it doesn't always work, but we try our best. Amy says, it's so hard as a mom to be selfish for even just a second, but so important. Yes, I totally agree with that. And I think we need to change the language, the way that we speak to ourselves, and say, this is worth it to everyone. So it's not being selfish, because if you're happy, if mom's happy, everyone's happy. I'm sure you've heard, if mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. It really applies, because if you don't have anything to give from your reserves of, getting physical exercise and eating well and taking some time to just get out or have girl time or whatever it might be, then do that, or run through Sonic, like Lacey said. So that takes us perfectly into my next transition of snacks and foods that I like to eat to take care of me. So I'm going to show you guys a typical snacks that I love. So I have little baskets here, and as I've mentioned, I've partnered with Special K, and I adore their new products because they're all geared towards women and helping them fuel their body with foods that will do the job, like give you energy, and they're with ingredients you can see. So for example, I have a Special K basket. Ta-da! I'm going to show you my favorites. Okay, so the very first one that I want to show you are these protein bites that are peanut butter and chocolate. These are sold out at the store, at the 2 stores that I went to, and I'm like at the very bottom of my bag, and I'm like, no, because I went just 2 days ago to go get more. They're so good, and you will want to try them. They're peanut butter and chocolate. It's about 4 for a serving size, and they're so easy to pop into your purse because they have a resealable bag up there. They're delicious. So try those. Those are one of my favorites. Those are really good if you're going out to the gym and you need to nourish yourself before or after, or if you're out with the kids. Okay, some of the protein bars that are my favorite. I want to say, so this is one that I picked up last night, so I haven't tried that one yet. But this one is the chocolate peanut pecan. I love this one. This is one of my absolute favorites. And as you can see from the picture, there's a lot of nuts in it, so it's a lot of natural protein, and there's chocolate in there too. But there are 8 grams of protein in this little bar, and they are so good. So I love those. They also come in cranberry almond if you don't like to have the chocolate as much, or caramel pretzel cashew. This is a brand new one. I haven't tried this one yet, so I'm really excited to try that. So one of my favorite snacks for late night when you're feeling like you need something sweet, but you don't want to be eating ice cream because you don't feel like you should, or you want to. I eat ice cream too, but some days when I'm trying to be a little bit healthier, I will do raspberry Greek yogurt, and I will mix it with this crispy granola chocolate with coconut, and it's amazing. So you'll want to try that, and it feels like you're eating frozen yogurt or like ice cream, but it's so much better for you because it's packed with so many nutrients and protein. Amy says, my daughter thinks these look yummy, even then it's looking yummy with chocolate. Yeah, it's so good. Okay, so this cereal is another one of my favorites. It's coconut cranberry almond, which I actually took this cereal and made it into a trail mix, and I put the recipe in the description as well if you want to try that one out. It's really good. Okay, so those are the Special K products that I am obsessing over. Now I'm going to walk you through my day of what I like to eat for myself and fueling my body, because I always feel so much better when I do. Amy says, why is ice cream so much yummier at night? That looks so good. Good alternative. Yeah, that's kind of I like to have a little veg time at night. Good, I like too much. Please give me. Yeah, it all looks really good, huh? Okay, so in the morning, I love to start my day with eggs. I feel like they are really sustaining. They make you feel really good. Because oftentimes I'm in a hurry, I will hard boil eggs and take them if I'm like heading out the door, or it's early morning and I have to get the kids ready for school. Hard boiled eggs are where it's at. I usually will have like 2 in the morning and maybe a piece of fruit with it or something like that. Which, another late time snack that you can do that's really fun that my college roommate introduced me to, which is frozen grapes, sticking your grapes in the freezer and then eating those at night. So that's another fun snack. I like them fresh and really, really crispy. I love the crunch of grapes. But a lunch that I will often make is, and this is kind of, I just grabbed this from my fridge because this is really what I eat a lot of days. So I like to make salads for lunch. I'll do cottage cheese, purple onion or red onion, cherry tomato, and I was thinking about putting this all together as you watch, but just imagine I'm chopping it. And if you want to see me do it, join me on Tuesday nights because I do cooking every Tuesday. English cucumber is one of my favorite things to eat daily because there's so much nutrition in it, and you don't need to peel it because the peel isn't bitter tasting. So I'll mix these together, and cottage cheese. I'm going to see how much I can hold. Imagine this is all in a salad. Okay, and then I will add avocado, and then I love chicken sausage. So I will grab one of these guys and I will cut it up into little discs and saute it. And then I put this all into a salad and I'll add lettuce with it too. And it is amazing. That's one of my favorite lunches to do, and it's super easy and quick. My kids also like to eat the chicken sausage for lunch too. Another afternoon snack that I love is apple with peanut butter and also almonds. So some nuts. So a lot of times I will do prepackaged like snacks on the go where I'll have it in the fridge ready. So like a cut up apple with a tablespoon of peanut butter or small grab bag sizes of nuts. So nuts can be expensive. So a good way to prep these and save money on nuts is to buy them in bulk and then prep yourself like small snack size bags so that you can reuse the bags and just have it for on the go. So those are some of my favorite snacks that keep me feeling good like through the afternoon slump of the day. Okay, so I'm gonna look at, so my last couple tips with your day and how to get it going. Hi Josie, and I read a couple of, let's see, Amy said, I just read most people don't get enough protein for breakfast, so especially K-bars would be awesome for breakfast. Yeah, they are really good, really, really good. Okay, so one thing that I would say about summer with keeping your cool is to take it slow. Like, don't feel like you have to do all the things, because I do create bucket lists for my kids for us to go out and do things, and we have days that are scheduled out, so we make sure we fit in the things that we love and we really want to do. But then we also have a lot of in-between days that are just relaxing days and see where the wind takes us kind of days, where we'll go to a park with a stream and walk through the water, or we'll go get an ice cream cone. Or a lot of times I use like outings as motivators in the morning, like, okay, get all your stuff done and then we can go here in the afternoon, or we'll talk about things that they want to do. So don't feel like you have to do all the things all at once. Now, as it's getting towards the end of summer and your kids are starting to get a little stir crazy, my fail-safe, like always works, is to turn the hose on and go outside. I feel like water is such a good way to let kids recover from being either too crabby or tired or whatever it is. Just go outside and let them get bored and entertain themselves, because that's what we did as kids, right? Lacey says, having a plan makes it so much easier to stay on track. Yeah, so with healthy snacks for yourself and feeling good as a mom, I feel like if you plan ahead, you are much better off. There's actually, so I've been doing meal prep. Oh, I brought one in here. Okay, so this is a recipe that I shared on Tuesday, and they're called meal prep bowls. So the idea is that you have one day that's your meal prep day, and you can either do it like on a sheet pan, or you can do it in a just like you would cook a regular meal, but then you portion it out into Tupperware. So this is one that I made Tuesday. Ooh, does that look so good? My kids are like, ew, what's that? But this is what I ate for lunch today, and actually what it is I cooked up a sausage, and then I had this cauliflower rice already prepped and ready for the day. So I can heat it up, I make the meat fresh so it's nice and crispy, and then I eat this, and I have it all set out for the week so that throughout the week I can either eat a salad if I'm feeling like more of a crunchy lunch, or I'll do this, and it looks like rice, but it's actually made of cauliflower. You can easily make your own cauliflower rice, or you can buy it in the store in the freezer section, and it is delicious. Let me know if you guys, give me some hearts or likes if you've tried cauliflower rice, because I'm pretty new to it, but I have fallen in love with it. I think it's really good. Amy says, that's great on the go. Right now, on the go are small bags of chips and individual goldfish. Yeah, for snacks for kids. That is one thing. In my car, I try to always pack or have extra snacks in there, because I feel like oftentimes in the summer you're out somewhere and you may not have snacks with you all the time. So keep snacks in the car so that if your kids are starting to get cranky, you just give them all the snacks and then they'll perk right back up again. So if you are just tuning in now, my name is Camille with MyMommyStyle. I would love it if you shared this on your wall so you can see what you missed. You can also like this page, MyMommyStyle, and subscribe so that you can get notifications every time I go live, which is every Tuesday night and every Thursday during the day. So that is a snack that I love. So the last thing that I was going to go over is helping with siblings and summertime fighting. It's funny, I wrote a few questions out there saying, what do you guys do for summer sibling fighting? What are some good ideas that you do to help your kids get along? And it was like crickets. No one said anything. So I'm hoping those of you who are watching have some great ideas and can share. I have a few, but I wanted to hear what you have to say, because at this time of summer, my kids are really starting to get kind of in each other's faces and on each other's nerves. So I wanted to talk about that with you. So one of the first things I would talk about is having a screen time checklist, or a checklist that you do during the day to like get the day going. Another thing that I've done that's worked well in my house, I talked about this once before on another Facebook Live that I did, but we do a Pom Pom System. This looks really fancy, but I actually got it at like Goodwill. I was like, oh, that's a cute dish. I should find a reason to use it. So inside of this jar are pom-poms, and they're like from the dollar store, just basic pom-poms. They're kind of like feel-goods, okay? So if my kids are being good, or if they're being kind, or if they do something nice for their sibling, or if they do something without being asked, they get a pom-pom. And then when they're awarded pom-poms, they go in their own little tumblers. So these have holes in the top where they earn these pom-poms, and then once the pom-poms are full to the top, it can equal either a special event that they have chosen that they're trying to earn, or it can equal cash. So right now for us, my kids are pretty little. Their ages 1, 3, 5, or no, she's 6, and 9. So for us, getting to the top of here is $3. And depending on how often I remember to keep it going will depend on how well it's going, because you can do any system in the world as a mom, and it can be successful or not depending on your effort as a mom. And I know sometimes you get sick of things, or sometimes your kids get sick of things, and I think it's good to mix it up so that it feels fresh and new. But this has been a way that we've helped keep the peace, where if they're being nice, they can add a pom-pom to this jar, or if they're doing their chores, or if they're doing things without having to be asked. It's just positive reinforcement so that they're staying happier and nicer. So what this is, if you're wondering, it's just a tumbler from the dollar store, so like for toothbrushes, but it's cute for the little balls. You can just pop them in there, and it looks it's plastic. That's what I love about it. So if the kids have it and they drop it, it's not going to shatter everywhere, but this is really good for motivating. So you can decide to do this for if you're looking to do, I mean, if you have older kids, it could equal more. Maybe it'd be $10. Maybe you could do it for motivation for potty training. Whatever you want to do, it's a great system. So I just keep this on the counter, and they each have their own jar that's different colors, and they are able to fill those up. So it looks like we have a lot of people that just joined. If you're just joining us now, make sure that you share this to your wall so that you can go to the beginning, and you can fast forward and rewind to wherever you want to see. And like My Mommy Style, we would love it if you did that. So if you do try this, let me know, because I want to hear. So this is one of our ideas that has worked really well. Another idea that we love for helping get the kids back on track is we will do timeouts, of course, because that just happens. A lot of times if my kids aren't getting along, they just need time to be apart from each other, and then be able to come back, and we go through the process of what happened. And a lot of times, because my kids are so small, I have to talk to them one-on-one and see what their version of the story was. Let them know that I'm really listening to them, and then talk about the consequences of their actions and how it affects the people around them. Typically, after I get through a conversation, we have a hug, they're ready to say they're sorry to each other, and we can move about our day. That's been really helpful for us to kind of split the situation, or split the people in the situation, so that there isn't so much heat in the moment. For my little guy that's 3, oftentimes if he's acting really crabby, it's because he's tired or he needs food. And that's when I go back to the snacks and the naps, where you just need to make sure that you take the time to evaluate the situation. And I will tell the older siblings, okay, he's 3 and he missed his nap today. Please just work with me today and I'll make it up to you later, and stay away from him. I know that sounds probably crazy, but that works for us. Like if I explain it to the older sibling, like this, he's not being rational, you have to be the more responsible one in this situation. Sometimes that works really well. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm curious to hear for those of you who are watching. Let's see. Amy says, is it at most stores? Yes. Yeah, I think you could get the Pom Poms from any basic store. Hey, Jess. Sorry, I'm behind on these comments. Zan says, you're a good advisor. I follow your advice. Thank you. Try your best. Please, you come in okay, I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Melissa says, my son just walked in the room and said, why do I hear Camille? We lived far away long ago. He can't remember your name. Oh, that's sad. He needs to come back. Thank you for all the shares, you guys. Lynn and 365 Days of Baking. Hey, Megan. Melissa says, my kids don't fight very often. It's nothing I did. It's just their personalities, but they do fight occasionally. When they get like that, we do what's called sibling practice. They have to practice being kind and nice to each other. That's a great idea. Hey, Summer. Yeah, I think a lot of times for kids, it's they're human just like we are, and they need time apart and in a situation. One thing that's important that I've tried with my older kids as they've gotten older is I will bounce the situation back to them, and I try to make it where they have part in the conversation, like, well, what do you think should happen in this situation? What should the consequence be? And I'm a firm believer of Love and Logic. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a book, Love and Logic, and it talks about the actions that we make and the natural consequences that follow as an adult, as a kid, as a parent, and letting your children see that their actions have consequences, positive and negative. So if you are doing something like this where they're getting rewarded for their good behavior, that would be a positive consequence. Where if they're needing to be put in timeout or have maybe a big thing for us in our family is to get maybe their tablet taken away or friend time taken away, that was a consequence of their actions. So to talk through that with them. And I know that we have a lot of people watching with varying levels of kids' ages, and so I'd be curious to hear what you think would be best for that. So that's pretty much everything that I had scheduled for us today about keeping your cool. But I do want to remind you that it's so important to take time for you as a mom. We are always giving so much of ourselves to our children, to our spouses, to people around us, learning how to say no. So remember that as long as you're taking care of you and taking special time to take care of your body, physically, mentally, having some alone time, it goes so far to giving to your kids and your family and creating a peaceful home. And I feel like that's really helped me with keeping my cool as a mom. So please subscribe to My Mommy Style. You can see in the description, I've linked to a lot of things that I talked about, the trail mix, the different products, the screen time checklist. So you can go through that and go print one out. I did it in black and white so that you can just print it out at home. There's also some empty spaces, so if you have specific things that would pertain to you and your family, then you can fill those out. And yeah, so if there aren't any more questions, oh no, I missed a few comments. Josie said, with my kids being older, the reward system like those don't go well anymore. I find letting them have their alone time throughout the day before the fighting starts works well. I find excuses or reasons to separate them. It cut off a little bit. I don't know why. I love that idea though. I think alone time helps everyone. Mom, it helps the kids. In fact, last night my daughter had a major breakdown and we talked about it later after the situation had happened. And I said, you know how you have some time that you need alone just to recharge and feel like yourself again? And she said, yeah, my brothers, they're always bugging me. And I said, you know what? Mom needs that time too. So at night, when I'm trying to get you to bed and I start to get crazy and cranky, just know that it's mom's time and I need to spend time with your dad and I need to spend time alone because I need that recharge time. And that made a lot of sense to her, and she was so much better about staying in bed Hey Nicole. So we're talking about how to keep your summer time cool, although I should say just keep your mom time cool in general. So we talked about things to do with your kids, how to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and also snacks that I love to eat. So if you missed this, share this to your wall and you can fast forward and rewind as much as you want to. So I would love it if you subscribed. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next Tuesday at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time. I also cook on Tuesday nights with Shane, and that's at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Lacey says bedtime is the worst, especially when the sun's staying up as late as it does. Okay, so really quick tip with that. So one thing that I have done at nighttime when I'm trying to get the kids to go to bed, but they're fighting it because the sun's still up and you're trying to get ready for school to start again. So one thing we've done, and maybe depending on your situation, we have alone time where they get ready for bed, and I say if you get ready for bed and you go up to bed, you can have extra alone time before your bedtime. And they're like, wow. And so in our house, my kids just got hermit crabs, which is like the best child pet in my opinion. My son wants to teach about the hermit crabs and why they're such a good pet. They're just very low maintenance and easy for kids to take care of. So for us in our house, we'll either have alone time where they can read their books, but for us in our house, it's hermit crab time. So they'll get up to bed and I'll say, "Kay, hurry." It's something that they're excited about. Maybe it's playing on the iPad. Maybe it's reading a book with you. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but one of the things that my kids get really excited about is their hermit crab time, because they know they can shut the door and it's their time to be playing together, but it's a special time. So they have to be in their pajamas, teeth brushed, like ready for bed, and then hermit crab time begins. So one thing that can work with kids if you don't have a hermit crab is to just tell them that they get to have alone special time in their room before bedtime happens. So they feel like they're kind of getting like a get out of jail free card, when really you could be starting that process a half hour earlier and making that space and time that they can be alone doing what they want to do and feeling like they're getting extra bonus time. So that's a trick that's worked well for us. I do have a neighbor who uses a very scary mask to keep their kids in bed. I don't do that, but you can do what works for you. So that's kind of a fun little option there. Hey Mignon. So does anyone else have any other questions? I can pull tips out from my head, but I love hearing what you have to say. What about when your kids share a room? Okay, so Nicole, my two boys do share a room. So the same thing applies, although a lot of times my daughter will actually want to be in there too because she wants to be in the room with them. So on weekends, I'll let my kids have sleepovers together, So the boys will sleep in the top bunk. We have 2 double-sized bunks. And I will tell them, okay, with the weekend, if you're ready and you are ready for bed, you're in your pajamas, by this certain time, then you can have a sleepover together on the weekends. Now, if they share a room together and it's all of the time, then we'll just do the same thing where we say, okay, it's your special playtime, but you have to stay in your room and it has to stay calm where they can do what they want to do. It could be playing with Legos, it could be the hermit crab time, it could be reading or playing on a tablet, but they have to do something that's calm or sleep inducing. So no like jumping on the beds or running around. It has to be something that's like calm time before they go to bed. So I would just find something, Nicole, that I don't know if it's boys or girls, something that they maybe enjoy doing together, that they wouldn't necessarily want you as their mom like entertaining them, but that it's their special time to be quiet in their room before bedtime comes. Another thing that you can do is you can say, okay, it's your special alone time. You come and get me when you're ready to be tucked in. Now, depending on the personality of your child, that could be 10 minutes and then they could come get you. That's the only way they come out of the room, is if they come and tell you and say, I'm ready to be tucked in, or to be read my nighttime story, or whatever your routine is. Other kids, they may say, okay, and take a whole hour. So you would have to decide if that works for you and your kids, what their entertainment needs are, but that could be a good option. My girls share a room and are 3 years age difference. Yeah, okay, so my 2 boys are 6 years age difference, but playing with the hermit crabs is something that they love to do together. or because there is an age difference there, he will sometimes read to him. So think about something they like to do together. It could be playing with Barbies or Shopkins or playing with cars or whatever it is that they might be interested in. Amy says, my daughter loves to just draw before bed. I try to get her to read, but she just loves to have her drawing time. That is such a good idea because it's something quiet and something that she values, and to have time set for her just to do her drawing is perfect for getting her mind to calm down, because as adults we love to have time to veg out and get ready for bed mentally, and that would be a perfect thing, like drawing, reading, different things like that. If you can avoid electronics, I would, just because there is research that says looking at screens can be too stimulating for the brain, and like the shine of the screen, I don't know. So if there is something like that that would work better for your kids, I think I would go for that. Drawing, reading, playing with a hermit crab. Look, you're all gonna go out and get hermit crabs. Just kidding. But yeah, I would try to do that. So Nicole, I'm not sure what your girls might like to do, but it could even be something that they do alone in opposite corners of the room, if you find that they do a better job winding down if they're not doing something together. Because I know that that can be the case for my kids. Sometimes they need to be apart to actually, you know, have that wind down time. Okay, so Heather, hi. So if you are just tuning in and you missed this from the beginning, you can share this to your wall and you'll be able to watch it from the beginning. Or you can find ways to, if you share it, then you can go through and find the ways that I shared to keep your cool as a mom. Keep your cool. I don't know what that was. That was keeping your cool. I was thinking glasses. I should have worn them. I should have worn glasses to look cool. You're welcome, Nicole. Well, cool. Well, thank you so much for tuning in with me. I would love it if you shared this to your wall, comment, tag a mom friend who you think would benefit from this. I love sharing this with you guys because we are in this together as moms and as parents to help each other and rally around each other and just help each other out. And you know what? My sister-in-law is helping me right now with my kids, because there are 8 kids in the house right now and you wouldn't even know it, because she's helping me out. I can't do it all. We're all in it together, so love each other, and this mom journey will be so much better. So thank you, Special K, for partnering with me on this video, and I will tune in with you all next week.